Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
Let's talk about state of Hawaii looking at dispatching Lyft drivers for
I
ambulance
was like,
eCalls.
whoa,
What do I got
we
to
are
say about
not
that?
equipped.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, dear God. First of all, I'm definitely afraid to do medical trips on Lyft. Okay, I'm still trying to figure this out. What happens if somebody dies in my backseat while I'm on a trip? Because there's some of these people are really sickly, bro. You know how our medical system is these days. They'll send you home before you're supposed to go home, and God forbid something happens. Some of these people are really deadly sick. And I'm like, I'm not equipped to handle any of this shit. I mean, I know how to do CPR, but I'm just not gonna just freak out of all freakouts. But now, ambulance calls. I'm like, no, I will. But then I don't know if it's going to be designated as an ambulance call. I don't know. But this is where the state of affairs is. I don't think any Lyft driver anywhere should be doing these types of things, playing with somebody's life. Honestly, but I don't like medical trips as they are, but this is like the next level up. And I'm like, no. But state of Hawaii,
Well,
get a grip. I mean, there's ambulances for that, not Lyft
yeah,
drivers.
just the couple of sentences that are in this. It says a proposed program would use rideshare drivers for non-emergency 911 calls, known as the Nurse Navigator program. The initiative would involve dispatching rideshare vehicles instead of ambulances for minor medical issues, redirecting patients to urgent care or doctor's offices. Now, look, I don't have a problem taking you to a doctor's office, like some old Aunt Sally or something, has to go to the doctor's and she can't drive because she's blind as a bat, and her kids can't take her because they're working and that. I completely understand that. I've taken several people to doctor's offices or picked up and dropped off back to their house. So I don't see the problem there. But when it comes to a possible emergent situation or a non-emergent situation turning emergent, the problem is, though, that could happen at any point. I mean, you
That's
could
what I'm
have
saying.
somebody in the car who's drunk and
Yeah,
they could go into some shock. They could go,
yeah,
there could be a lot of things that happen. So the reality is every single person that gets in your car could have a potential emergency happening.
yeah,
And those are going to be much more severe because it's going to be something like epileptic shock or a stroke, heart attack, things like that. Pregnancy.
yeah.
We've seen that a few times on different news reports, but um, I don't know. I think that they should probably have some sort of training just to get drivers in the ability to be able to um, take certain emergent care or non-emergent care people to be able to take those rides more seamlessly, and have those people sign up for it. I think that's going to be a much better option and a much better route. So you can have that just in case. The reality is it's non-emergent. But with that being said, I don't want somebody who's really sick going in my car because I don't want to get sick.
Yeah, I mean, that was really prevalent, right? During COVID, obviously. A lot of drivers risking and driving, but as you said, I 100% agree. A non-emergency thing that they're talking about here could turn into an emergency. Look, I am not opposed to doing medical trips, but maybe it should involve some sort of training, right? Maybe you should all at least have a, CPR certification or something and pay more. I mean, the key is to pay more because I'm taking more risk. I'm taking a risk of catching what the person sitting in my back seat coughing in my neck has, and something could happen. And I mean, I really don't know the answer to this. If any of you knows, shoot me an email, sergio@rideshareguy.com. Does commercial insurance on P3 cover this stuff? If something happens to this person, does that liability insurance go into that? The supposed $1 million liability. Somebody dies in my backseat from some disease or something, heart attack, whatever. after I pick him up at a hospital when they supposedly not discharged. Is that cover it? I don't know. I really don't know. I should ask that to Lyft, actually. What am I doing? Yeah, Lyft. Do you know? Does it cover? Because who knows if it covers or not. So I don't know.
I don't know, but I think that drivers should be paid an ambulance, the same cost as an ambulance if they have to start taking these rides.
Yeah, I don't know about Hawaii, in a sad state of affairs. I mean, it's happening in every state pretty much, I guess. They're tight in ambulance services, I guess. So they're, plus they want to save some money, I guess, right? As a state. Mm-hmm. And that's what's happening here. And, a lot of these patients that these drivers pick up, I don't think should be in their cars to start with, but it is where we are.
No, like I say, for half the rides going to and from the doctor's office, not a big deal. For those that are like extremely sick, I don't want you in my car. I don't want to get sick, but I mean, most non-emergent, like if you cut the problem is it's like if you cut your hand and you have to go get stitches, things like that. Yeah, now you're risking getting things in your car like blood, which is not exactly a clean product there. There's a lot of things where, an ambulance, if they have to come, or in your car or whatnot, but if an ambulance comes, they have to wipe everything down. They got to disinfect everything, clean it. Do you have the same ability to do that? So there's a lot of nuances. I mean, we could pull up, a lot of, one-off cases or edge cases. I bet we could. But overall, I think if they did it where it was more, to and from doctors' offices and things like that, probably not going to be a really big deal.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see where this all ends up. If one state does it, the other ones are not too far behind.
I think they're all kind of doing it, but certain regulations are probably in place for that. But I mean, look at taxi car drivers. They've been doing non-emergent care for however long. So there's a lot of Medicare rides, Medicaid rides, and all that. So I mean, it's not unheard of, and it hasn't been something that hasn't been used for quite a long time. It's just that unfortunately our medical system is all fucked up, and so a simple ambulance ride that would go from my house to the hospital will cost me $1,200 when an Uber ride is $20.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do agree with that.
That's where the problem lies.
Yeah, cost of doing business. That's what it is. It's all down to that.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.